moles. Okay, so let's try one problem. Okay, so consider the titration of 25 ml of 0.05 molar formic acid with 0.05 molar sodium hydroxide. Calculate the pH of the solution in the following volumes of sodium hydroxide added. Okay, so we have 0, 10, 25, and 26. Okay, so like the previous problem that we answered earlier, we're going to solve first for the equivalence volume. Okay, solve for volume at the equivalence point. Okay, so formic acid is a monoprotic acid. The equation is C H is OOH, so this is the formic acid. Okay, so this reacts with sodium hydroxide to form sodium formate, and water. Okay, so by the way, I have miswritten this part, so that should be CH3OO. So this is the formic acid, this is sodium hydroxide, this is the sodium formate, so on and so forth. Okay, so as you can see, the ratio is 1 to 1. Okay, so oopsie, that means we have 1 mole of our analyte. So this is our analyte, and sodium hydroxide is our titrant because we are adding sodium hydroxide according to the problem. So that's 1 mole analyte equal to 1 mole titrant. To solve for the moles of our analyte and titrant, we're going to multiply the molarity of analyte times the volume of analyte. Same goes for titrant. And to solve for the endpoint, we're going to solve for how much titrant is going to be used. Okay, so to solve for that, that's VT equals MAVA over MT. So that's equal to 0.05 molar times 25 ml divided by 0.05. Okay, so without using calculator, we know that the endpoint volume is 25 ml. So the volume at that point is 25 ml. So after doing that, we can now classify that this volume is the endpoint. This is the initial, the pre-equivalence, and the post-equivalence volume. Okay, so with that, I'm going to make a table so we can track the changes in volume as well as the changes in pH. So allow me to erase this. You can skip this video anyway. Okay, so going back, we're going to classify the volumes based on at what condition are they at and the pH. Okay, so we have 4 volumes here. We have 0, 10, 25, and 26 ml. Okay, so we already know that 25 ml is the endpoint. Okay, that means this is the initial, this is the pre-equivalence point, and this is the post-equivalence point. Okay, so to solve for the pH at the initial volume, that's easy. The pH is just the square root of chaka. Okay, so that's the square root of the concentration of acid times the Ka. So that's 0.05 times Ka. So let's solve for that. So this is 3 times 10 raised to negative 3. So to solve for pH, just get the negative log. So this is 2.52. Okay, so we're done. Okay, so at pre-equivalence point, remember that we have a buffer system. Okay, so whenever we're dealing with buffer solutions, we're going to use the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So we're going to use the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation here. Okay, so the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation is pH equals pKa plus log of your conjugate base. I'm going to write the conjugate base rather. Conjugate base and the concentration of acid. Okay. So this is the question. How are we going to solve for the concentration of the conjugate base or acid? Okay, by the way, I have modified the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Instead of using concentration, we're going to use the moles instead. Okay, so that's the best version. Okay, so we're going to use the moles instead. That's what we have in the PowerPoint. Okay, so how are we going to solve for the moles of the conjugate base? Okay, the question first should be, how are we producing conjugate bases? Okay, so looking at the equation earlier, we have sodium, we have formic acid and sodium hydroxide. Okay, so when we add sodium hydroxide, we are actually forming the conjugate base and water. Okay, so that means when we add moles of sodium hydroxide, the amount of moles of that sodium hydroxide added is equal to the moles of the conjugate base. So the idea here is that the mole of titrant is equal to the mole of the conjugate base. So that's the idea. Okay, so are we going to solve for the moles of the titrant? So what is the moles of the titrant? We have 10 ml times what's the concentration? 0.05 molar. Okay, so 10 ml 0.05 molar, that's 0.5 millimolar. Okay, so that's it. So that's pH equals pKa plus log of 0.5 millimolar. So that's how simple it is. Okay, how about acid? Okay, so initially the moles of acid that we have is the moles of acid that we have is the volume of the acid solution times its molarity. Okay, so to solve for the moles of acid to be used in the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, what we are going to do is that we are going to subtract the initial moles of acid minus the moles of the conjugate base. Why? Because remember that when you are adding conjugate bases, the amount of conjugate when you're adding base rather, when you're adding titrant, the amount of your conjugate base increases. Okay, however, the amount of your acid decreases. Okay, so we're going to look at the difference in the amount of the acid left. Okay, so that is the equation: moles, initial moles of acid minus the moles of the conjugate base. So we're going to use we're going to solve for the initial acid. moles of the initial acid. That's 25 ml times 0.05 molar formic acid. So that's in the problem. Okay, so that's 25 times 0.05. So that's 1.25 millimoles. Okay, so that means we have 0.5 millimoles here. We have 1.25 millimoles here minus the amount of the conjugate base. Okay, so that's 0.5 millimoles. Okay, again, another question. Where are we going to subtract the amount of the conjugate base from the initial acid? Because when we're adding titrant, the available moles of acid decreases. Okay, so we have to figure out how much is the mole of acid decreasing. Okay, so we use this equation to solve for that. Okay, so everything is almost set. We're just going to look for the pKa. So pKa is just the negative log of 1.8. So let me write that here. So that's negative log of 1.8 times 10 raised to negative 4. It's 3.74. Okay, so solving for the pH, we're going to plug in all the information that we have. 3.74 plus logarithm of 0.5 divided by 0.75. So the pH at pre-equivalence point is 3.56. Okay, so that's the pre-equivalence point pH, 3.56. Okay, so we're going now to solve for the equivalence point volume. Okay, so to solve for the equivalence point volume, all we have to do is to, by the way, this is taking quite some time. Okay, so to get the equivalence point pH, all we have to do is to solve for the concentration of hydroxide, that is equal to the square root of the concentration of acid times its Kb. The concentration of hydroxide is equal to the concentration of acid is 0.05 times the Kb. Okay, so last time we're given with Ka. Ka is equals to 1.8 times 10 raised to negative 4. So to solve for Kb, recall that Ka times Kb is equals 1 times 10 raised to negative 40. Solving for Kb, that is 1 times 10 raised to negative 14 divided by Ka. So Kb is equals to, I will solve for that using the calculator. So that's 1 times 10 raised to negative 14, 1.8, negative 4. 5.56 times 10 raised to negative 11. Okay, so the concentration of hydroxide is square root of 0.05 times 5.56 times 10 raised to negative 11. So this is 1.67 times 10 raised to negative 6. So the POH is equal to negative log 5.78, or the pH is 14 minus that, and that's 8.22. Okay, so the equivalence point pH is 8.22. Okay, so for the post-equivalence point pH, if you could still remember the equation, that's the concentration of hydroxide times the molarity of base times the volume of base added minus the volume at the equivalent point divided by the total volume of the solution. Okay, so to solve for that, that's concentration of hydroxide equal to the molarity of base, which is 0.05 times the volume of base added. Okay, so let's look at the table. So we have added 26 ml of base. Okay, so we're going to write 26 ml there. So that's 26 ml minus the volume at the equivalence point. We know that's 25 ml divided by the total volume of the solution. Okay, so what is the total volume of the solution? That is the volume of base plus, or let's say, that is the volume of titrant plus the volume of analyte. Okay, so how much titrant have we added? That's 26 ml. And how much analyte do we have? We have 25 ml of the analyte. So that is 25 ml. Okay, so the concentration of OH is equal to okay, so that's 26 minus 25 and 26 plus 25. So the concentration of OH is 9.80 times 10 raised to negative 4 molar, or the POH is equal to 3.01, or the pH is equal to 14 minus that, that's 10.99. Okay, so the post-equivalent pH, post-equivalence point pH is 10.99. Okay, so that's how hard the weak acid strong base and the weak base strong acid titration calculation is. But yeah, so the tip is solve for the endpoint first and you follow the equation I have presented to you here. So this is the equation to be used. See, so you have to use this equation for weak acid strong base and this equation for weak base strong acid. Okay, so that's all.